Dad, we sold your car. My daughter Jennifer said it like she was announcing she'd cleaned out my garage, which, technically, she had. Just forgot to mention the 1967 Shelby GT500 she'd taken was worth $250,000. I smiled, picked up my phone, made one call, took about 90 seconds. That's all it took to turn her dream honeymoon into a legal nightmare she'd be explaining to her new husband for a very long time. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and write in the comments what time it is where you are now. The call came 3 days after the wedding. I was in my kitchen, Saturday morning, coffee getting cold on the table next to the newspaper I'd been reading. "Hey, Dad." Jennifer's voice had that bright fake quality, the one she used when she wanted something. "Just wanted to let you know Brad and I are extending our honeymoon. We found this amazing opportunity in Bali." I set down my cup. "That's so. Yeah, 2 more weeks at this incredible resort. We're leaving tomorrow instead of coming home. Expensive. Actually, that's what I'm calling about." She laughed, too loud. "We sold some stuff from your garage to help cover it. You had so much junk in there, Dad. Seriously, you'll barely notice it's gone." My hand tightened on the phone. "What stuff?" "Just old car parts and that beat-up Mustang you never drive. Honestly, we did you a favor. The place looks so much better now." Beat-up Mustang. That beat-up Mustang was a 1967 Shelby GT500. Acapulco blue with white racing stripes. Original 428 cubic inch V8. One of 2,048 ever made. I'd bought it in 1985 for $18,000. Spent the next 38 years restoring it. Every bolt, every piece of chrome, every inch of leather. "How much did you get for it?" $75,000. She said it like she'd won the lottery. Can you believe someone paid that much for such an old car? The guy didn't even haggle, just showed up with cash. $75,000. The car was worth $250,000, maybe more. I'd had it appraised 6 months ago when I updated my insurance. The adjuster had spent an hour photographing every detail. Called it museum quality. "Who'd you sell it to?" "Some collector guy. Found him on Facebook Marketplace. He came over Tuesday with a trailer. Super nice. Gave us the money right there." Tuesday, while I'd been at my doctor's appointment. The one Jennifer knew about because she'd called that morning to confirm I had a ride. "You had no right to sell that car." "Dad, come on. It was just sitting there. You never even drove it, and you're always saying we should enjoy life while we're young." Her voice shifted, harder now. "Brad and I are starting our lives together. You want us to have nice memories, don't you? That car wasn't yours to sell. It was in your garage. You gave me a key. You said I could use the space for wedding stuff. For storage, not to sell my property. God, Dad, this is exactly like you, always focusing on the negative. Can't you just be happy for it?" I was quiet, counting to 10, then 20. "Dad, are you there?" "I'm here. Look, we'll talk about this when we get back, okay? I have to go. Our flight board's in an hour." She hung up. I went to my workshop. Same workshop where I'd taught Jennifer to change oil when she was 16. Same workbench where we'd rebuilt her first car's engine together. She'd been so proud when it started. Hugged me. Said I was the best dad in the world. That was a long time ago. I picked up my phone, pulled up my contacts, found the name I needed. Detective Marcus Webb, Theft and Fraud Division. We'd served on the Veterans Affairs Committee together for 6 years. Good man. Fair. He answered on the second ring. "Thomas, been a while. Need to report a theft, Marcus." "What kind of theft?" "My daughter sold my car without permission. 1967 Shelby GT500. Got $75,000 for it. Car's worth $250 minimum." Silence on the line. Then, "Your daughter Jennifer? The one who got married last weekend?" "That's the one." "She have access to your garage?" "Had a key for storage. Didn't have permission to sell anything." "You want to press charges?" I looked at the empty bay where the Shelby had sat for 38 years. Dust outlines still visible on the concrete. Oil stains from when I'd changed the pan gasket last spring. "Yeah, Marcus, I do. I'll need documentation. Title, registration, proof of ownership. I've got all of it. Insurance appraisal, too. Bring it by Monday morning. I'll open a case. Appreciate it. Thomas. He paused. This is your daughter. You sure about this? I thought about Jennifer's voice on the phone. The casual way she'd said beat up Mustang. How she'd laughed about doing me a favor. I'm sure. Monday morning I drove to the station. Brought my folder. Everything organized. Title in my name. Registration current. Insurance appraisal dated January 15th. Photos of the car from every angle. Maintenance records going back 38 years. Every receipt, every part, every hour of labor. Marcus looked through it all. Whistled low when he saw the appraisal. $250,000, Jesus, Thomas. She sold it for $75,000. To who? Some guy on Facebook Marketplace. She said he paid cash. You got a name? No, Jennifer didn't mention it. Marcus made notes. I'll need to talk to her, get her statement. She's in Bali, using the money from my car to pay for it. When's she back? 2 weeks. He nodded. We'll contact her. Let her know there's an investigation. She'll need to come in for an interview. What about the car? If we can locate it and prove it was sold without your consent, we can potentially recover it. But if the buyer purchased in good faith, not knowing it was stolen property, this gets complicated. He looked up at me. Your daughter's going to need a lawyer, Thomas. That's her problem. I went home. The house felt too quiet. Martha had been gone 4 years, but sometimes I still expected to hear her in the kitchen, making coffee, humming while she cooked. She would have been heartbroken by this. Jennifer had been her baby, our only child. Martha had wanted more kids, but the cancer took that option away when Jennifer was 3. Maybe that's why we'd spoiled her. Or tried to. Never seemed like spoiling at the time. Just seemed like love. I opened my computer, started going through my files, looking for numbers, adding them up. Jennifer's wedding. $58,000. Martha had put aside money for it before she died. Made me promise to give Jennifer the wedding she wanted. I'd added another $20,000 from my own savings. Open bar, live band, flowers everywhere. Jennifer had picked the most expensive venue in town. Said she wanted it to be perfect. The house. We'd given her and Brad $85,000 for the down payment 2 years ago. They'd been renting, talking about starting a family. Needed space, Jennifer said. Room to grow. The house they bought was 4,000 square feet. Pool in the back. His and hers walk-in closets. College. Full ride. 4 years at State. Paid her tuition, room, board, books. $112,000 total. She'd graduated with a degree in marketing and a job that paid $38,000 a year. Quit after 18 months. Said it was too stressful. The business loan. This one still burned. $25,000 for Brad's landscaping company. He'd needed equipment, a truck, commercial mower. Jennifer had called me. Said it was an investment in their future. The business folded after 8 months. Never paid back $1. Cars. I'd bought Jennifer 3 cars. First one when she was 17. Second when the first one died junior year of college. Third one last year when she said the Honda was embarrassing. That was a $32,000 Acura SUV. Still had the payment book in my desk drawer. My name on the loan. Monthly help. This was harder to track, but I'd kept records. Because I'm old and careful and I write things down. Mortgage payment help. 4 times in 2 years, $3,200 each time. Emergency vet bill for their dog, $1,800. New appliances when their washer broke, $2,400. Furniture for the baby's room even though there was no baby yet, $6,000 for a nursery that sat empty. I added it up 3 times to make sure. $403,000 in 10 years, not counting birthday gifts, Christmas checks, the groceries I'd buy when I visited because their fridge was always empty, the dinners I'd pay for, the vacation to Disney I'd funded 2 years ago because Jennifer said they needed to reconnect as a couple. I sat back, stared at the number. $403,000, and she'd called my car junk. The phone rang Thursday afternoon. Jennifer, yay. Let it go to voicemail. Dad, what the hell? The police just called me, in Bali, on my honeymoon. Said there's some investigation about your car. I told them we sold it fair and square. You need to call them and straighten this out. This is insane. Call me back." I deleted the message. She called again Friday, then Saturday. Sunday, she switched to texts. "Dad, answer your phone. This isn't funny. You're embarrassing me. Brad's family is asking questions. They think we did something wrong. You're seriously going to ruin my honeymoon over a car you never drove? I'm calling Adult Protective Services when I get back. You're clearly not thinking straight." That last one made me laugh. Not thinking straight. Because I'd reported a theft. Because I wanted my property back. I texted back one sentence. "Talk to your lawyer." She called immediately. I answered. "My lawyer? Dad, what are you talking about?" "The police are investigating a theft. You need legal representation." "It wasn't theft. It was your car in your garage and I sold it. Without my permission. You gave me a key. For storage. You never said I couldn't sell anything. Jennifer, that car was worth $250,000. Silence. Then, "What?" "You sold a $250,000 car for $75,000. The buyer got the deal of his life. You committed theft. Probably fraud. Definitely cost me $175,000. You said it was just an old Mustang." "I never said that. You assumed. You didn't ask. You didn't check. You just took what you wanted and sold it." Her voice changed. Smaller now. "I didn't know. You didn't care to know. Dad, please. Can't you just tell the police it was a misunderstanding?" "Was it? I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I'll pay you back." "With what money?" "I don't know. We'll figure it out. Please, Dad. Brad's freaking out. His family is talking about annulment. This is destroying my marriage." "You destroyed my car." "It's just a car." And there it was. Just a car. "Goodbye, Jennifer." I hung up. Marcus called me Tuesday. Jennifer and Brad had flown home early. Cut the honeymoon short. She'd come in for her interview. Brought a lawyer. She claims you gave her verbal permission to sell items in the garage. I didn't. Can you prove that? Can she prove I did? Not really. But this is your daughter, Thomas. DA's going to look at this and see a family dispute. They don't like prosecuting these cases. So she gets away with it. I didn't say that. I'm saying it's complicated. You gave her access to your property. She had a key. Even if she misunderstood the scope of that access, proving criminal intent is hard. What about the car? We located it. Guy who bought it is named Richard Brennan. He's a serious collector. Has documentation of the sale. Bill of sale signed by Jennifer. She represented herself as your agent. Said you wanted to sell but couldn't handle the transaction yourself due to health issues. My jaw tightened. I don't have health issues. I know. But that's what she told him. And he believed her. Paid fair market value for what he thought was a legitimate sale. $75,000 isn't fair market. It is if you don't know the car's real value. Jennifer listed it as a restored 1967 Mustang. Didn't mention Shelby. Didn't mention GT500. Just Mustang. Brennan thought he was getting a deal on a nice classic. When he got it home and checked the VIN, he realized what he'd bought. So, he knows he owes me money. He knows the car's worth more than he paid, but legally, he bought it in good faith. He's not required to give it back or pay the difference. That's between you and Jennifer. I sat with that for a minute. What are my options? Civil suit. Sue Jennifer for the difference between what she sold it for and what it's worth. You'll win. Court will order her to pay you $175,000 plus legal fees. But Thomas, he paused. Can she pay it? No. Then you get a judgment she can't fulfill. You can garnish wages, put liens on property, but that takes years, and it destroys what's left of your relationship. There's nothing left to destroy. You sure about that? I thought about it. Really thought about it. Tried to remember the last time Jennifer had called just to talk. Not to ask for money. Not to request a favor. Just to talk. Couldn't remember. Yeah, Marcus, I'm sure. Jennifer showed up at my house on Thursday. Didn't call first, just knocked on the door. I opened it. Didn't invite her in. She looked terrible. Hair pulled back, no makeup. The wedding glow was gone. She'd been crying. "Dad, please, we need to fix this." "Nothing to fix. You stole my car, sold it, spent the money." "I didn't steal it. I made a mistake. A huge, terrible mistake. But I'm your daughter. Don't I get a chance to make this right?" "How are you going to make it right? You owe me $175,000. I don't have that kind of money." "I know. So what do you want me to do?" "I want you to understand what you did. I want you to see that you took something that meant everything to me and treated it like garbage. I want you to feel what I felt when you called it junk." She was crying now, real tears, mascara running down her face. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know what it meant to you." "You never asked. You're right. I should have asked. I should have talked to you. I just thought—" She stopped, wiped her eyes. "Brad and I wanted the perfect honeymoon. We were looking at our budget and it wasn't enough, and then I remembered the car sitting in your garage. You never drove it, Dad, never even started it. I thought you didn't care about it anymore. I drove it every Sunday." She blinked. "What?" "Every Sunday morning, 6 a.m. before traffic, I'd drive down to the lake, take the scenic route. Sometimes I'd stop at the diner, have coffee, come home. You never knew because you never visit on Sunday mornings. You never visit any morning. Last time you came to this house was Christmas, 8 months ago." Her face went pale. "I rebuilt that car over 38 years, Jennifer. Your mother and I worked on it together before she got sick. It was the last project we shared. Every time I drove it, I felt close to her again, and you sold it for a honeymoon extension." "Dad, You know what hurts most? Not the money. Not even losing the car. It's that you thought so little of me. You saw that car and all you saw was something you could use. Something you could take. It never occurred to you that it might matter, that I might matter. That's not true. When's the last time you called me just to talk?" She opened her mouth, closed it. "When's the last time you asked how I was doing, not because you needed something, just because you cared?" "I do care. You care about what I can give you. There's a difference. You're my father. You're supposed to help me. I've helped you your entire life, Jennifer. Paid for everything. Given you everything. $403,000 in the last 10 years, and you thanked me by stealing from me." "400,000? She looked stunned. "That's not— You're exaggerating." "College, 112,000. Your wedding, 58,000. House down payment, 85,000. Brad's business loan, 25,000. Your new car, 32,000. Monthly emergency help, 36,000. Nursery furniture, 6,000. Plus all the small stuff. Birthday checks, Christmas money, groceries, dinners, vacations. Want me to show you the spreadsheet?" She leaned against the doorframe. "You kept track?" "I'm old. I keep records." "That's—" She swallowed hard. "That's really messed up, Dad, keeping score like that." "I wasn't keeping score. I was being responsible, tracking my finances like any adult should. But now I'm glad I did, because now I can show you exactly how much you've taken from me, and you still thought I owed you more." "I never said you owed me. You sold my car without asking. That's exactly what you said." She had no answer for that. "I'm filing a civil suit. Court dates next month. You'll need to appear. Bring your lawyer." I started to close the door. "Dad, wait, please. Can't we work something out? I'll pay you back. I'll get a job, a real one. I'll set up a payment plan." "At what rate? $100 a month? That's 145 years. I'll be dead." "I'll pay more. You can't even pay your own mortgage without my help." "Then what do you want from me?" "I want you to leave. And I want you to think about what you did. Really think about it. Not how it affects you. Not how it ruined your honeymoon or embarrassed you in front of Brad's family. I want you to think about what it means. That you sold your mother's memory for a nicer hotel room." Her face crumpled. "That's not fair." "Neither is what you did to me." I closed the door. She stood there crying for 5 minutes. I heard her through the wood. Finally, she left. Engine started. Tires on gravel. Gone. I sat down at the kitchen table. Same table Martha and I had picked out 32 years ago. Oak. Solid. Built to last. My phone buzzed. Text from Brad. "We need to talk. This is getting out of hand." I stared at the message. Brad, the son-in-law I'd given $25,000 for a business that failed, who'd never paid me back, never even apologized, just moved on to the next thing. I typed back, "Talk to your wife." He called. I didn't answer. Voicemail. "Thomas, this is ridiculous. Jennifer made a mistake. She's sorry. Your family. We should be able to work this out without lawyers and police. Call me." I deleted it. Another text from Jennifer. "Brad says you won't talk to him. You're tearing our marriage apart." I replied, "I'm not doing anything. You did this. You're choosing a car over your daughter. You chose a vacation over your father. I hate you." I set the phone down, unplugged it, went to my workshop. The empty bay where the Shelby had sat looked wrong. Concrete showed oil stains, 40 years of marks, little drops and spots from every maintenance session. Transmission fluid from when I'd replaced the clutch in '03. Engine oil from the rebuild in '11. Power steering fluid from last month's leak fix. I'd spent 3,000 hours on that car, maybe more. Evenings after work, weekends, vacation days. Time I could have spent doing anything else, but I'd loved it. The precision, the craftsmanship, taking something broken and making it perfect. Martha used to bring me coffee while I worked, sit on the rolling stool, ask questions, hand me tools. She didn't know much about cars, but she liked watching me work. Said it made me happy, said I looked peaceful. The last year before she died, when the cancer got bad, I'd bring her out here in her wheelchair. She couldn't stay long, got tired fast, but she'd smile, watch me work, tell me it was looking good, even when she was in pain, even when every breath hurt. I finished that car 6 months after she passed, drove it to her grave, parked it on the access road, sat there for an hour telling her about the final details, the upholstery, the chrome, how perfect it had turned out. And Jennifer sold it, called it junk. I locked up the workshop, went inside, made dinner, ate alone, same as every night for 4 years. The court date came. September 15th. I wore my good suit, the one I'd worn to Jennifer's wedding. Still fit. Barely. Jennifer and Brad showed up with their lawyer, young guy, expensive suit. Probably cost them $5,000 just to have him there. The hearing took 40 minutes. I presented my documentation, title in my name, registration in my name, insurance, appraisal showing value at $247,000. Photos, maintenance records. Jennifer's lawyer argued she'd had permission to access the garage, claimed it was a misunderstanding, said she'd believed she had authority to sell items stored there. Judge asked Jennifer directly, "Did your father give you verbal permission to sell his car?" "He gave me a key." That wasn't the question. "Did he give you permission to sell the vehicle?" "Not specifically, but he—" "Yes or no, Ms. Patterson?" She looked at her lawyer. He nodded. "No." Judge made a note. "Did you research the value of the vehicle before selling it?" "I looked it up online." "And what did you find?" "Mustangs from that year sell for $50,000 to $100,000. "Did you see the appraisal documents in your father's files?" "I didn't look in his files." "Did you ask him what the car was worth?" Silence. "Ms. Patterson?" "No." "Why not?" "I thought he didn't care about it. He never drove it." "Did you ask if he drove it?" "No." The judge looked at her for a long moment, then at me, then back at her. "Judgment for the plaintiff. Ms. Patterson, you are hereby ordered to pay your father $175,000, representing the difference between the sale price and the appraised value of the vehicle. Payment plan to be arranged through the court. You will also pay court costs and reasonable attorney fees. Do you understand?" Jennifer nodded, tears running down her face. "This court is adjourned." Outside the courthouse, Brad tried to talk to me. "Thomas, please. We can't pay this. We'll have to declare bankruptcy. We'll lose the house. You should have thought of that before you spent my money." "We didn't know. Jennifer made a mistake. Expensive mistake. You're really going to destroy your daughter's life over this?" I looked at him. Really looked at him. 32 years old, good-looking, confident. The kind of man who'd never been told no. Who'd grown up comfortable? Who thought money appeared when you needed it? I'm not destroying anything. She did this, you did this. You both decided to take what wasn't yours and you got caught. Actions have consequences. She's your daughter. She was my daughter when she stole from me. Didn't stop her. Jennifer walked up, eyes red, mascara ruined. Are you happy now? Is this what you wanted? I wanted my car back. Since that's not possible, I'll settle for justice. Justice? You're bankrupting us. You bankrupted yourselves. I'm just making sure you pay what you owe. I'll never forgive you for this. I'll never forgive you for what you did. She turned and walked away. Brad followed. I watched them go. Marcus found me by my truck. How you doing, Thomas? I'm fine. That was rough in there. It was fair. Fair doesn't always feel good. No, but it's necessary. He nodded. For what it's worth, you did the right thing. Doesn't feel like it. Never does. Not with family. He paused. You know they probably can't pay that judgment. I know. So, what was the point? The point is, she needs to understand. She needs to feel what she did. She spent her whole life taking from me and never thinking about what it cost. Now she knows. Now she feels it. You think this will fix your relationship? There's nothing left to fix, Marcus. That's what I learned. My daughter sees me as a resource, not a person, not her father, just someone who gives her things. And when she didn't get enough, she took more. That's not a relationship worth saving. That's a hard place to be. It's an honest place. Better than pretending. I drove home. The house was quiet. Too quiet. But I was used to that now. My phone rang that night. Unknown number. I answered. Mr. Thomas, this is Richard Brennan. We've never met, but I'm the man who purchased your vehicle from your daughter. I sat up. Mr. Brennan, I heard about the court case. I wanted to reach out. I feel terrible about this situation. You didn't do anything wrong. You bought the car in good faith, perhaps, but I also got a tremendous bargain on a vehicle that clearly meant a great deal to you. I'm a collector, Mr. Thomas. I understand what these cars mean to people. They're not just machines. They're history, memory, art. Yes, I'd like to make this right. If you're willing, I'll sell the car back to you for what I paid for it. $75,000. You can have your Shelby back. I closed my eyes. Felt something break loose in my chest. That's very generous. It's only fair. The car should be yours. I appreciate that more than you know, Mr. Brennan, but I can't accept. Why not? Because I'd have to take money from my retirement to buy it. And then I'd be paying $75,000 for something I already owned. Something my daughter stole from me. And every time I looked at that car, I'd remember what she did. I'd remember what it cost me. It wouldn't bring joy anymore. Just pain. I understand. He was quiet for a moment. Would you like to see it? Before I add it to my collection? Come visit. Drive it one more time? Thank you, but no. Better to remember it the way it was. Before all this. I'll take good care of it, Mr. Thomas. I promise you that. I know you will. You're a collector. You understand. We hung up. I sat there in the dark. Living room empty except for me and Martha's chair. The chair no one sat in. The chair I kept meaning to move but never did. My phone buzzed. Text from Jennifer. I hope you're satisfied. Brad's parents are helping us hire a bankruptcy attorney. We'll lose everything. The house, our savings, everything we worked for. Because of you. I read it twice. Then typed. You didn't work for that house. I paid for it. You didn't work for those savings. You built them with money you stole from me. You're not losing what you worked for. You're losing what you took. There's a difference. She didn't respond. 3 days later, another text. Brad left me. His family convinced him I'm toxic, that I ruined his credit, that I destroyed his future. He wants an annulment. Says our marriage was based on fraud because I lied about having money. I have nothing now, Dad. No husband, no house, no money. Are you happy? I stared at the message for a long time. Finally typed, I'm not happy. I'm heartbroken. But not because of what you lost, because of who you became. The daughter I raised would never have stolen from me, would never have called her mother's memory junk, would never have valued a vacation over her father's trust. I don't know who you are anymore. And that's the real tragedy here. She called immediately. I let it go to voicemail. You self-righteous bastard. This is all your fault. If you just let it go, none of this would have happened. Brad and I would still be married. We'd still have our house, our life. But no, you had to prove a point. You had to teach me a lesson. Well, congratulations, Dad. Lesson learned. I'll never ask you for anything ever again. And you'll die alone wondering why your daughter hates you. I saved the voicemail, added it to the file with all the others. Evidence. Documentation. The record of how this family fell apart. A week later, I got a call from Brad's mother, Diane. I'd met her at the wedding. Nice woman. Tried too hard, but meant well. Thomas, I need to talk to you about Jennifer. What about her? She's in bad shape. Really bad. She's staying with us temporarily, but she's not coping well. Not eating, barely sleeping. She made a mistake, Thomas. A terrible mistake. But she's paying for it. Don't you think she's paid enough? I didn't set the price, Diane. The court did. The court doesn't understand families. You could forgive the debt, drop the judgment, give her a chance to start over. She stole from me. She's your daughter. That makes it worse, not better. She's talking about suicide, Thomas. That stopped me. What? She told Brad she doesn't see the point anymore. Everything's ruined. She has nothing left. I'm worried about her. If she's genuinely suicidal, she needs professional help. Call a crisis line. Get her to a therapist. She needs her father. Her father isn't enough. I never was. That's why she kept taking from me. I was never enough. And I'm tired, Diane. I'm 73 years old. I'm tired of giving pieces of myself to someone who only sees me as a source. Not a person, not her dad, just money, just things, just whatever she needs in the moment. That's not true. When's the last time she visited me without asking for something? Silence. Exactly. She loves you. She loves what I can give her. That's not the same thing. You're going to regret this. When she's gone, when it's too late, you'll regret being so stubborn. Maybe. But I'll regret more if I teach her that stealing from family has no consequences. That hurting people is fine as long as you apologize after. She needs to learn. And sometimes learning hurts. She's learning. She's lost everything. Not everything. She still has her life, her health, the ability to start over. That's more than a lot of people get. Diane hung up on me. I sat there feeling sick, wondering if Jennifer really was suicidal, or if this was manipulation. One more attempt to make me cave, make me rescue her. I didn't know anymore. Called Marcus. If someone tells me their daughter is suicidal, what's my legal obligation? You worried about Jennifer? Her ex-mother-in-law-to-be says she's talking about suicide. Is she in immediate danger? I don't know. I haven't talked to her. If you genuinely believe someone is in danger of harming themselves, you can call for a welfare check. Police will go out, assess the situation, get her help if needed. And if it's manipulation, then she gets evaluated and sent home. Either way, she gets assessed by professionals. Not a bad outcome. I called it in, gave them Diane's address, said my daughter was staying there, said I'd received credible information she might be suicidal. They sent officers. Jennifer was fine, angry at the intrusion, angry at me for calling it in, but fine, not in danger, just dramatic. She texted me, "You called the cops on me? What is wrong with you?" I replied, "You told people you were suicidal. I took it seriously. I never said that. Brad's mom is a liar. So you're not suicidal?" "No." "Good. Then stop using suicide as a manipulation tactic. It's disgusting." "I wasn't manipulating anyone." "Then why did Brad's mother tell me you were talking about killing yourself?" No response. I blocked her number. Couldn't do this anymore. Couldn't spend my remaining years being guilt-tripped and manipulated and accused. Life's too short. 2 months passed. Court-ordered payment plan started. Jennifer owed me $300 a month. First payment came through. Check for $300. Memo line. Blood money. I deposited it. Second month, another check. Memo line. Hope you're happy. Third month, Memo line. This is what love looks like to you. I kept them all. Documentation. Christmas came. I spent it alone. Cooked a small turkey, watched old movies, went to bed early. Jennifer didn't call. I didn't expect her to. New Year's Eve, I drove out to Martha's grave. Hadn't been in months. Too painful. But tonight felt right. Sat there in the cold, talked to the headstone like she could hear me. I lost her, Martha. Lost our girl. She stole from me and I couldn't let it go. Couldn't pretend it was fine. And now she's gone. No calls, no visits, nothing. Was I wrong? Should I have just forgiven it? Moved on? The wind blew through the cemetery. Cold, empty. I don't think I was wrong, but I don't feel right either. I feel like I did what I had to do, set a boundary, demanded accountability, but it cost me my daughter, and I don't know if that price was worth it. Silence. I miss you. I miss having someone who understood me, who knew me. Jennifer doesn't know me. Never did. She knew the version of me that gave her things, but not the real me. Not the man who rebuilt that car to feel close to you, who drives by the lake every Sunday remembering the trips we took, who still sets out 2 coffee cups sometimes before remembering you're gone. I sat there until my fingers went numb from cold. Finally stood. Touched the headstone. I did the right thing, didn't I? No answer. Just wind and silence and the weight of being alone. Drove home. House dark. Empty. Same as always. My phone had a message. Unknown number. Voicemail. I listened. Mr. Thomas, this is Dr. Sarah Chen from County General Hospital. Your daughter Jennifer was admitted tonight after a car accident. She's stable but asking for you. If you get this message, please call the nurses station at... I was in my truck before the message finished. The hospital was 30 minutes away. I made it in 20. Parked crooked. Didn't care. Ran inside. Jennifer was in room 412. Broken arm, concussion, bruised ribs. She'd hit black ice, spun off the road, hit a tree. She was sleeping when I got there. Face pale, hospital gown too big, arm in a cast. She looked young, vulnerable, like the little girl I used to read bedtime stories to. I sat in the chair by her bed, watched her breathe. She woke up an hour later, saw me, tears immediately. Dad. Hey, sweetheart. You came. Of course I came. I thought you hated me. I don't hate you. I hate what you did. That's not the same thing. She cried harder. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was selfish and stupid and I hurt you and I can't take it back. No. You can't. I don't expect you to forgive me. She swallowed hard. I'm glad you're here. I held her good hand. I'm glad you're okay. The car's totaled. Cars can be replaced. Even Shelby GT500s? I smiled. Sad but real. Even those. I know it's not enough. But I got a job. Real job. Assistant manager at a bookstore. It doesn't pay much, but I'm working. Making my own money. Paying you back. I'll keep paying until it's done. However long it takes. Okay. And I've been seeing a therapist. Trying to understand why I did what I did, why I felt so entitled, why I thought you owed me everything. She looked at me. She says I never learned gratitude, that Mom and you gave me too much and I never had to appreciate it because it was always just there. And she's right. I took you for granted, took everything for granted. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry too. For what? For not teaching you better, for letting you become someone who'd steal from family. I enabled that, made it possible. I'm not blameless here. You were just being a good dad. Good dads set boundaries. I didn't. Not until it was too late. We sat there quiet for a while. Hospital sounds around us. Beeping monitors. Distant voices. Footsteps in the hallway. Can we start over? Jennifer asked. Not forget what happened, but maybe build something new, something healthier. We can try. Just try. That's all I can promise. Trust takes time to rebuild. You hurt me, Jennifer, badly, And that doesn't go away just because you're sorry. I know, but you're my daughter, and I love you, so we'll try. She squeezed my hand. Thank you. I stayed until she fell asleep, then drove home as the sun came up. The house didn't feel quite as empty anymore. If you like this story, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and share your impressions in the comments. To listen to more stories, click on the window on the right. Thank you for being with us.